It's high noon.
It's the wrong fucking game, idiot.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a little guide video by yours truly. Today we are going to actually play Abe and a trapper role because I have recently hit my level 40 with RogueVal and I was kind of looking for something else to play. And I tried playing Abe and he was actually a lot of fun to play, to be completely honest. I know he's definitely one of the easier trappers to use and to play with. So, that being said, it's not to say that he is not a good hunter to use. He's definitely very viable, I feel. Okay, and we're gonna get dodged out of practically every single game. Unfortunately, TRS recently updated and actually made it so that you get additional keys if you don't get the role that you want, or if you just pick random, you get extra keys as well. And in doing so, they actually made it so that people are more inclined to dodge. So it kind of worked against them there. But without further ado, looks like no, just kidding. Alright, never mind. Sigh. Will we ever get a game? Nobody knows. It looks like this should be one though. We actually have a team where everybody pretty much gets their role. And this random guy is going to end up getting Monster. So we're going to go ahead and kind of discuss a few things about Abe. So he is definitely one of the easier trappers to use, but he can also do a decent amount of damage as well. And because of that, I personally take extra force for the minor 1 perk. And you can take enhanced clarity as well. It certainly does not hurt in any way, shape, or form. But just because Abe can kind of work as like an off assault role, because he can do a decent amount of damage. I like to just take extra force, and then I'll actually take nanotech clarity for my major 2. And then for the last one, it's kind of up to you really. You can take Boreum, you can take Rocket King. If you want even more movement speed, you can take the mutated clarity. But for this one, because I only have 1 point in Rocket King, I'm just going to take Boreum for the 25% recharge. It looks like we have a Parnell, which is definitely a decent assault. Much better than, say, like Lennox, depending on the fight. So let's see what Mr. Monster is going to choose. So we do have Kyra, and we do have Cabot as well. So this is not a bad team. Probably would have been maybe a little bit better with like a Hank or a Sunny. And we're going against a first-time Elder Kraken. Now, Abe can actually do decently well against an Elder Kraken. He's not the best, per se. It would probably be much better if you had like a Griffin for someone like this, or maybe a Maggie, because of the harpoon cables. Generally, those are a little bit more effective against a Kraken or an Elder Kraken, but you can still make this work as Abe going against Kraken or Elder Kraken. And I'll explain kind of how that works once we get into the first dome. Depending on where we dome, we might actually be able to show right off the bat how that's going to work. One of the big things that I want to just kind of make a point of, because I see this happen so much and it drives me absolutely insane when that happens, is most people tend to immediately hit Planetary Scanner right off the bat after landing. Please don't do that.
Do you have plans for
Please
your
do
payout
not
once we finish this
do
job,
that.
Abe?
This is not how it's done.
Okay.
It's useless if you do that right off the bat. The reason it is so bad to hit planetary scanner right off the bat is because it's going to point you in the obvious direction that you already know you need to go just simply by following the footsteps.
That guy's got a big mouth.
And the planetary scanner only puts the monster on the map for, I think it's like 6 seconds or 5 seconds, something like that. So by the time you get to the middle of the map, you're lost. You don't know where to look. So in this situation, we can already follow the trail. We already have an idea of where exactly he's going, so there's no reason for me to planetary scanner right now.
I've never seen one before.
You just kind of follow the breadcrumb trail that it already gives you.
Okay, so how does it work?
Now once you get to the middle of the map, about right here, we can tell he's gone to the cave, so he can either go to the beach or he could double back. Now is the time we want to use planetary scanner, and we can see exactly where he is. Now we got him with the tracking dart, and now we've got his position locked down. We know exactly where he's going, and there's no way for him to run. He's going to try to double back, but he doesn't realize we can still see him because we have that tracking dart in him. Now we can dome him. This is how doming against an Elder Kraken works. You want to do it around rocks and pillars, because with Elder Kraken being able to fly, you want to try to get the grenades up high. See? Even though he's flying around, he still walks through the stasis grenades. I hate when he does that. So you just put the stasis grenades up high somewhere, and then it still catches him when he's flying. So he's going to focus me, which is fine. To be completely honest, I kind of expected that. We're just going to get out of there. Now he's flying low, so we're just going to stasis grenade on the ground there. We're going to put one over here, and we're going to put one up high there. And you notice for the most part, he's pretty much getting hit by stasis grenades no matter where he goes.
Dome coming down.
Now as soon as the dome drops, you want to try to get a tracking dart into him as quickly as possible. Now we have an exact location of him. No matter where he goes, he's just going to sit here and take so much damage.
Tracking dart ready.
Now the tracking darts can work if you hit like wildlife with them. So if you shoot wildlife and he eats that wildlife, it puts the tracking dart on him as well. So we hit him with a tracking dart again.
I got birds. Anyone pissed off any birds?
And you can have up to 3 tracking darts active at one time. So you can have 1 in the monster and 2 in the wildlife, or you can have 3 in the wildlife if you don't have the monster tracked at all. And just a tip, the shotgun that Abe uses will lose accuracy as you shoot it faster. So let's go ahead and throw a stasis grenade off in the distance there, kind of slow him down a little bit. Oh shit, that's plant. Ended up landing right in that fucking plant. So we'll hit him with another tracking dart. And notice he's not even really getting a chance to eat or anything. So we're going to try to throw stasis grenade over there. See if it'll land in time. I don't know if it actually did or not. No, looks like it did not. This is a good area to dome. We have lots of pillars that we can kind of kite around the monster on. So once again, we're going to start putting stasis grenades up high on structures, walls, buildings, anything. That way, even when he is flying around, he's getting hit by the stasis. We want to try to do as much damage as possible to him while we have the damage amp on him. Let's throw a stasis grenade there, throw one here, throw one over there. and just keep him slowed. As the role of the trapper, that is your entire job, is to basically just CC the monster and make his life absolute hell. So our stasis grenades are kind of running out, so we'll start throwing those back up on the walls here. Just keep doing damage. Just keep damaging, keep damaging. Our Kyra is doing a really good job at keeping everybody alive. So now that the dome is down, hit him with a tracking dart for when he inevitably tries to run. So we're going to try to get some grenades out, some stasis grenades. Unfortunately, I was thinking he might go that way, but he cut over here, so the stasis grenade I put down off in the distance there was not truly effective. Just hit him with another tracking dart. But this is why Abe is such an annoying trapper to go against, because as a monster, if you get hit by one of his tracking darts, you just have nowhere to run. Because he can just keep hitting you with tracking darts, keep hitting you with tracking darts, and you never really get a chance to, like, eat or feed or anything. Because at all times, the hunters know exactly where you are. You see, we're just sitting here just chasing this guy down. He has no idea where to go. He can't eat anything because if he stops for half of a second, we're right on his tail again.
Alright, I'm on the tracking dart.
Hit him with another dart. So he did get away for a second there. I'm going to go up here actually because somebody's going to need to cut him off.
Monster domed.
So this is actually a good dome against an Elder because there's walls everywhere. This is a fantastic area as a hunter to go against the Kraken. Because in these like little caverns, you can literally just stick him to the roof and he can't go anywhere. So we're just gonna keep chasing him around, keep chasing him. And the AoE range of these grenades is actually really high. I feel like most people don't realize just how big the range on this thing is. So he's gonna try to focus me, so we're just gonna fly up, juke out.
Dome coming down.
Oh my god. Alright, there we go. See if I can maybe get a stasis grenade out there in time. I don't know if I did. But that's fine. You see, he hasn't gotten any strikes, and he's basically dead.
Watch for the pounce.
Now, it probably would have been a little bit more difficult, obviously, had this guy played Elder Kraken before. He was a first-time Elder, but this is still going to work all the same against, you know, even an experienced Elder Kraken. Abe can still be incredibly annoying to go against. So we already know. I'm just going to hit the scanner just to make sure we can catch his exact location, since I haven't had a dart on him in a while. We're just going to put some damage on him so that he knows he's being chased. For some reason, he's stopped here. I don't think he realizes that we had a tracking dart on him. We could see him. Just gonna try to loop around.
Dome ready.
So we're gonna go ahead and hit the dome here.
Domed.
Again, this is not the greatest dome. I will say that. It's not the greatest dome, but it is still a good dome because there's lots of buildings and structures and things that we can throw our grenades on. So that even if he tries to fly, we can just sit here and constantly keep him in stasis.
Faster, faster. Rumbling, run.
Kyra is really good with Abe just because of the constant move bonus that she offers, and that should be game right there.
Wow. Hunters win.
Drop the GG.
Can we go now? Let's go.
So essentially that's how you would want to play Abe. And it's going to work pretty much the same against like a Goliath or a Gorgon, a Wraith. It's going to work the same either way there. So again, just kind of like a review. If you're going against something that flies, Kraken, Elder Kraken, a Wraith, or even a Gorgon, since Gorgon can pretty much sit in like a tree, you're going to want to dome them somewhere that's not flat. You're going to want to have like rocks, buildings, something of that nature surrounding you, so that you can put your stasis grenades up high. They will stick on walls, they will stick on ceilings, anything like that. So you're going to want to throw them up high, so that you can constantly keep the monster in stasis even if it's flying around. If you're going against like a Goliath or Meteor Goliath or Behemoth, something that's constantly on the ground usually, it's perfectly fine. You can dome them, you know, wherever is most suitable for you at that time. Typically if you have like a rock that you can run around or something to kite the monster, that's going to work the best, obviously. But yeah, that's essentially how it's going to work playing Abe. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions. Or if maybe there's a hunter that you want to see a different review on. And if you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that button. It really helps me out a lot. But either way, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, and I will see you guys on the next video.